Teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. I had to wait till I got home from work today to be able to talk to you. This started kicking off as I was thinking about going to sleep last night, and I just had too much on today to be able to pull an all-nighter like I used to. So today we are hopefully getting through 2 pieces of content. Barbecue Chilling, God bless her soul, has caught all of this and put some cut downs up. I listened to her original stream until I fell asleep. Not a good way to fall asleep. Don't do that, friends. And then I've caught up with the second one, clearing up misunderstandings, more information, updates, something along those lines, whatever came after that. And Barbecue had to cut down to that as well, so that all works out really well. This is going to be a long video. I would apologize, but I'm not that sorry. But in an attempt to make sure it's not completely ridiculous, we should probably get going. Well, not completely ridiculous in length, if not in content. Now, she is off screen for a lot of this. I'll put up any relevant cuts that she's put in, but it's not going to be on screen for the most part because you'll hear her. There's no point having a blank screen up. So we are separating was the first one. She started on camera for this, but turned it off really quickly.
Hold on a second. I'm going to explain. I just don't want to repeat myself, so I'm just waiting. No, it's not clickbait. It's going to seem like impulsive and like out of the blue for you guys, because I've really been. I tried so hard.
There's a few possibilities with this. I'm leaning very strongly into the fact that she wanted to go home for fall and she's going to have a sudden change of heart after she's been home for a week or two and then is going to want to come back. Because as we saw last time she did all this, the reality of her responsibilities in Canada hit fast. And she doesn't really have the money to make it work, hence this. And she doesn't have the money to make it work, and she doesn't have the fortitude or skill level to be able to get a job to support herself. It's all a bit of a mess, really.
I mean, you do sometimes. I mean, we have like gotten in arguments and stuff, but it's just that it's not anything to do with like.
I think we pretty much all agreed she had picked the fight on camera last time, but is it because she had planned this one? She wanted to show that things weren't that great behind the scenes? Or with that one happening, did it just lead to this discussion? It's kind of like when she told BB, oh, so what, you want to break up with me, and wasn't expecting him to agree. Are they both just sick of it? I could believe them both being sick of it.
It's not like, it's just we're not really working out. We're not compatible. Like,
you're not at all.
Maybe people saw it coming, fair enough. It's just, I wanted to give it a really good shot because, there is love there, obviously. No.
I wouldn't use the word obviously. Especially knowing how emotional Chantel is and this being the tone that she's using to talk about it. Chantel is not generally measured in this way. She doesn't keep calm. So either she'd be angry or she'd be crying. Neither of them really gave a shit about each other from the start.
Oh, I don't want any mean comments about Salah whatsoever. Yes, please delete those. It's just that it's not him. It's not him. It's more of like a cultural differences that are just really, I don't feel like myself. Like, no matter how hard I try, I realize that in order to like make the marriage work, I'll have to assimilate into something I don't feel that I am. I mean,
she uses the word assimilate because I think she's thinking of the idea of living in a foreign country forever, or as long as that lasted. What she actually says is assimilate into a whole other person. Yeah, you just have to change everything about yourself to be compatible. That's not really compatibility, is it?
I mean, it's not that I need time to adapt because I think I've given it a fair go.
How? When? Examples, please. You've given it time. When did you engage? She's seen more people since she's been in Syria than she ever did in Kuwait.
In like 3 years. Some things I welcome change, some things that were not very good for me.
I would also like examples for that. Please tell me, what changes do you welcome?
I find every day I kind of like for example, I'll just be in the bathroom and I'll be looking at my Bath and Body Works and like Western products, and I'll be like, I really just want to leave, get in a car and go and like do something by myself. I can't, I don't feel like I have these are like the same issues, and then I moved back to Canada already, remember?
Yeah, we do remember that. We remember that. We remember it all because it wasn't that long ago. You changed your mind and nothing else has changed. So why wouldn't you change your mind again? The problem isn't where you are, it's you. That's why your problems follow you, because you take them with you. And don't get me wrong, because I would give several thoughts to living forever in Syria and everything that would come with that. And I'm far less dependent, both physically and emotionally, on other people than Chantel is. So am I shocked at this idea of, oh, I can't do this for the rest of my life? No, I'm not at all. That would actually be a sensible thought. But tell me, why this moment? What was the straw that broke that particular camel's back? Because this isn't any different from anything else we've heard before, which tells me the ending isn't going to be different than anything else she's tried before. You think it's by coincidence that she wanted the visas to pay for her to go back to Canada for a visit, and now suddenly they're breaking up very calmly? Now, I think Salah would welcome the chance to see the back of her one more time and not see her return. This is not exactly an emotional parting.
And that's the problem. Like, last time I moved, I got kind of like freaked out because
you did.
I went through a lot of stress, which is like my fault for like showing my apartment.
Her getting doxxed. People looked hard. Yeah, people do look hard. But she's been doxxed everywhere she's ever lived. That isn't new for her. And it's precisely because it's not new that I would be shocked that she'd be so freaked out by it. The thing that was really freaking her out in Canada was the realization of the reality that she couldn't afford more. That she didn't have the means to be able to live the way she lived, thoughtlessly. The way she did when she was in the villa in Canada with Pete. She had enough money that she could throw money at the problem and get the things she needed. So life would have seemed a lot easier then. That hasn't changed. Her income in her channel, we're going to talk about the money from this, by the way, Jesus. But her income has only gone down, and she tells us a little bit about her debts in this. I'm hoping Barbecue's left them in. Like I say, I listened to some of it. So I ask again, what's changed? What do you think is going to be any different this time? I'm all for giving people chances, but Chantel, really? You think this is the moment? If there's one thing Chantel is famous for, it's her ability to cycle and never change.
You know, but there's a lot of stressful things that, you know, make me not want to really like go back there. Right. It's not really like a bad separation. It's just like we're kind of at each other's throats more, and I just feel like it's...
That's quite a description. At each other's throat. Not we're arguing more. Not, we're not talking as much. We're isolating. The way you might talk about a failing relationship. We are at each other's throats more.
It's things that are just never going to change, because in order for things to change, we would both have to change a lot of things that we're not really that comfortable changing. And
you're a terrible
couple. Just not going to work out. It's not about like marriage counseling. It's like fundamental cultural...
There is no marriage to counsel, friends. Never forget.
Differences. You know what I mean? Like we've tried to work it out for like 3 years.
So things have been bad for 3 years, you're saying, Foodie?
And it's just not... I mean, there's like a lot of stuff going on behind... I didn't want to make it public, but I feel like I have to, because I'm kind of like desperate to just like...
Get out of there? Yeah. Get some money from us? Yeah.
Figure out like how to move on and rebuild my life. And I feel like I have to like build from zero.
You do. You got nothing back in Canada. Nothing but debt. You don't own anything. You don't have a career to go back to. It is from zero. But I'm not sure why you think people should feel sympathy for that. Because you know what might be really helpful for you right now trying to get to your monetary goals? The money you spent going to Qatar to eat takeout and sit in AC while telling people you were collecting money for a needy cause. That money probably would have come in use right now. But no, let's ask for it.
You were born to be and be free. That I feel like I have too big of a personality to just be like I don't want to say this without like hurting anyone's feelings.
Personality.
I feel like I'm just not meant to be like a subservient housewife. Like it's just not my person.
Chantel's always leaned into stereotype. She's never understood that there's a whole society of women that may live with religious beliefs, but may be whole and complete and deep and complex people. Everyone is a stereotype, and she can't be that stereotype.
Personality. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what the life you want, if traditionally that's what you want in life, I'm not... And it's not Syria, because Syria, traveling here has been such an amazing experience. I've met people that have, impacted my life that are so amazing. So it took me a long time to realize that I'm the type of person that people can scream things to me right in my face, and I won't see it unless I realize that myself.
Yeah, an absolute brick wall. We know. A brick wall papered with like a shocked Pikachu face when things go wrong.
It's just too different. I don't feel like I fit in no matter how much I try. I don't feel completely comfortable, like, in a way. Like, I feel comfortable at home right now with him, like, in this house. Like, physical needs, like I'm not too hot. We have water. We have, we're not living.
Yeah, she has those things, and that's better off than a lot of people around her. Absolutely, she has those things. It is the discomfort of living in Syria that's getting her out at this point. That's what she wants to get away from.
I don't know. I don't even know if I can really explain it.
You can't explain it because you're literally pulling this out of your ass. It's fine. We know exactly what you're talking about, but what you're talking about isn't what you're saying.
He likes this life. Like, he is investing his life.
If it cuts out like that, that was her connection, and that's how it's processed, by the way.
I thought, eventually we would, move on and do other things, but I don't think he really wants that.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, when her and Salah got together, there was this idea of, oh yeah, we're going to travel, we're going to bees. Then they get booted out of Kuwait, or they self-deport from Kuwait, because it didn't get to the point where they could be booted yet. What has Salah got now? He's got Syria. And that's the only place he can really build his life, because his passport doesn't afford him the privilege that hers does. So the idea that, yes, we can move around, we can go to these places that are a bit cheaper because I no longer have the money to be throwing that around. I can get the tourist visas, I can do whatever. He's got more limited places he could do that in. But ultimately, she can always hop back to Canada if it comes to it. He can't. So if he gives up what he's got in Syria, which, you can judge what he's got in Syria, but it's still more than he had. He's still now got a home. They've got a car, apparently. He's got the fundamentals for the potential of a stable life, in as much as life can be stable in his location. He leaves that, he's given up everything. There's no ifs, ands, or buts there. He doesn't have alternatives. So it does not surprise me that he is just focused on getting himself established. Foodie still wants the freedom of movement, but she also wants the freedom of having someone do all the difficult stuff for her. And as his priorities have been forced to change, partly because of her actions, her priorities haven't changed with them. She's just as lost in the idea of what the hell her life wants to be as she's ever been.
He wants to establish here forever, and I feel like eventually, my channel will just wither away, and that does make me panic, because, that's all I really have in life. That might seem sad, but, that's all I really have.
If we looked at, family versus career versus something else, personal satisfaction, I suppose, her focus and her success in life has definitely been, let's say, career focused, YouTube focused. And she's losing that. Could she revive it? I don't know. It'd be hard, and I don't think she's consistent enough. But is her channel actively dying, and is it particularly concerning as a person to be entirely dependent on someone else? Yes, especially in a place like she is now, where she really doesn't have the recourse to go anywhere else if it goes wrong. If she wants to keep her channel, and I don't know if that's possible, but if she wants to at least try, she needs to get out of Syria. She needs to get somewhere where she can stream. But then when you look back at when she did this mere months ago, she didn't give us any better content in Canada. She didn't go back and start doing all the time warps that she talked about. She'll go back, she'll get high because she gets high the moment she's capable of doing it, and everything else just falls to the wayside until something forces her, and in this case it may well be finances. Because if she doesn't have the choice of running and she has to stay, then that's something she has to deal with.
And I friggin' freak out at the thought of being 100% dependent on any person, especially somebody with, such different views. No, I'm not in shambles because it's something I want,
She wants to
I feel
leave.
relief. I think I feel relief. As mean, I don't mean that in a mean way. The problem is that, I do want to reestablish myself in Canada and go back to, beezing and just being myself. I can't change my mind again. I've changed my mind. I've upheaved people's lives. I can't keep doing that. People are fed up,
People are fed up. People have been fed up for a long time, but I don't think that's necessarily repairable, given how she tends to act online. I don't think there's a turning over of a new leaf, even if she were willing or capable.
Julia, I'm taking with me. Yeah, 100%. The problem is, I don't know when I'm going to leave, so that's the problem.
Julia's not going to be better off with her, and if you are short on money, trying to prioritize taking your cat with you is just stupid when there's another safe place they can be. If it were a case of throwing Julia out onto the street versus taking her with her, I would understand, but leave her with Salah. Save up the money, sort out how to get her back, and pay it then. It doesn't have to be a priority, because that's going to be more expensive and more complicated than getting you back and all the other things you have to do.
If I want to leave, like, sooner than later, I need help. Like, I need to, like, try to raise money, because, like...
This was the point of the stream. Guys, just paint the picture for yourself here. How long's it been since the Sasa scam? How long? And she's seriously sitting here, the unmitigated gall of it. Like sitting here saying, yeah, if I want to get back sooner or later, then I need you to give me money. And not just a little money, like I need you to completely set me up for life in Canada. What? You've had your YouTube payment this whole time. Yes, she's had a bill she had to pay. She said that was $1,700 and she was saving the rest. Is she a particularly truthful person? No. But that's the problem with telling lies on lies on lies. They come back to bite you. So we're assuming right now she is broke. That's the only way to kind of justify what she's doing. And I don't particularly see that as justification because it's all your own choices. And if the choice is now but everyone else pays versus later but I pay, well then do it yourself.
I know you're thinking, well, just have your husband pay. No, like a home setting. I need to like start from scratch. I need like first and last month's rent. I need to bring Julia. I don't know how much that's going to cost. I need to like even just buy a bed, you know? Like, and I need...
The bed was $200 last time you did it.
My airfare. And he just bought a car with cash. And he's already invested his money in like, you know...
Oh, I heard this. He got an inheritance or something, apparently. Who died? Who did he inherit from? His dad died? Sorry, that sounded a bit chipper. It didn't mean to if that actually did happen. But who did he inherit from? I thought he didn't have that much family. And I thought his family, like his dad and he, didn't really get on.
I don't want to say what here, but to make sure he can financially support himself. And he's not rich. So he cannot, you know? So just by doing my content and stuff and, you know, saving money, maybe I can get out of here by like next... And if like, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so, I don't know.
It's always interesting when she puts numbers on because if she's saying 6 months or so, and she wants between $8,000 and $10,000, you're talking just over, what, $1,300 a month? Because what that tells us is if we take the numbers that she's mentioned before, and she wants that money, it's about 6-ish months. $1,700 is what she supposedly confirmed as her debt payment. Now, I know we also believe that that's the money she was paying him, but that's what she said it was for the sake of the conversation. So $1,700, and it's going to take you 6 months of saving $1,300 a month, kind of ish. So you're saying you earn 3,000 Canadian a month? Is that what we're saying? And that there's no money in there, so the money you claimed was building? No? Not there? I'm just trying to make sense of numbers here, that's all. I know her views have been down, but those numbers are interesting.
Otherwise, I'd have to like try to raise money, I don't know. Otherwise, you know, if not, then I have to stay longer, but yeah.
Like, if not, you have to stay longer. Okay, do that. Be responsible for yourself. Spend 6 months saving and move back. Yes, Syria is not the safest place, but you are fairly secure in where you're living. Yes, Syria has safety issues, of course it does, but you are in a house, you are existing, you have the roof over your head. Like, suck it up, buttercup.
I can't start a GoFundMe because of where I am. Yeah, I mean, I can just like save, but it'll just take longer to leave.
You should have been a responsible adult and saved money, yes. Yes, over years. Now, I'm not saying that in the sense of I understand there are responsible adults out there that cannot save money for X, Y, and Z reason. I am applying this particularly to Chantel. She has made a whole host of financial decisions over years that have led her to this point. And she claimed that beyond the debt payment, she was saving money. So where is it? Or you just don't want to spend it now. Or you gave it to Salah so he could buy a car as your final, like, okay, don't say anything about me on the internet, bye. Let's finish this up.
Like, I don't know when I can, that's all. If my mom started one for me, I don't want to, like, maybe I can ask her. I don't want to, like, bug her, too. Because you have to, like, verify. I tried starting one, and, like, they're, like, after verifying my identity, they're like, no, because you're in a country with sanctions.
Yep, so after they've refused you, you're going to try and defraud them by getting someone else to start it on your behalf. Good job. Yeah, okay, right, move forward. Before we move forward, she mentions a couple of times she cannot stay with her family. I feel like her family are really sick of her shit, by the way. Like, they'll talk to her, they'll chat, but, oh, you're doing that? Okay, see you there. Like, they are staying the fuck out of it. So they're like, okay, we're taking a step back. If you show up, show up, but that's on you.
I don't want to go back to Canada. Yeah, that's the thing. It's really expensive to go back and start from scratch.
It's expensive to live. So once you've gone back and you've started from scratch, how are you planning on sustaining that? Exactly, Chantel. Do you really believe the quality of your channel is going to go up so much?
I don't even have a bed.
She's
I don't even have
obsessed with that bed. I suppose she spends most of her life in it, but still.
You know, the first month's rent is like, you need first and last in Ontario, which is probably at least 4,000. Probably at least. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get home. Like,
I love how she says that, like people aren't aware how expensive life is. So you just want to bees, and therefore the working people who watch you should give you their money so that you don't have to work a regular job. Right, okay.
Like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know. I'm just really confused right now, like about everything.
What are you confused about? You spoke with your so-called husband, you're getting a so-called divorce. You're leaving the country, you're starting over in Canada? It's stupid, but it's straightforward. This seems like a fairly ABC situation here.
About my identity, about my beliefs, about everything. The problem is I can't go to my family because everybody knows where every single family member of mine lives. They've been doxxed, and for their safety, my safety...
You have led to that. But safety, you're going to dox yourself in seconds, right? Did not take long the last time you did it. Now, things with the family did get quite bad because Marty was harassing them. And Foodie, by the way, was like, well, I don't care, I'm not there. So are there wackos on the internet? Absolutely, there are wackos on the internet, and she would not have the protection of being further away geographically. But if you're going back to Canada, anywhere you live has that danger. And if her family were okaying it, she would absolutely go and stay with her family.
I don't have massive savings because I'm paying massive debts. You know, like, and I don't make as much money as I used to, so.
When you say massive savings, give us a number. If you're asking us for a number, give us a number.
No, I don't want to go to Dubai. It's like Kuwait. All the Gulf countries are the same.
That is categorically not true. Dubai particularly, because it's such a melting pot of people. But I don't think she can afford to live in Dubai, and I don't think she has a way of staying there, so she'd have the visa problem again.
I just want to go back, you know, and establish my life and have fun like I used to. I just really miss that. I miss, like...
Getting high.
Being free to just, like, have the fun I want to have, you know?
Getting high.
Salah's not here. He doesn't want to listen to me talk like this, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just being, like, completely honest about how I feel, and I'm tired of, like...
He showed up in the chat again later saying, oh, you know, it's hard, but we've got to be strong with these decisions. If you've discussed it calmly and this is what you've decided, why would he avoid it? Doesn't seem like there's any feelings involved.
Holding it in. I feel like I'm always holding something in here, and then I freak out and I take it out on him because I don't like, you know, that life is not for me. Exactly. Even Salah said that. Whenever we were talking about separating, he's like, well, I honestly don't feel this life is for you. You're always complaining about something.
They've had some arguments, and I don't think this life is for her. She's not well adapted to anything, but it will just be complaints in a different place. The problem, as I said, is her. She's not a happy person. She won't be happy anywhere she goes. Just things will be more convenient.
It's not about therapy, ECP. It's about differences in culture. And, like, my health is not any better. I don't want to, I feel like I talked to my family, and they, like, one family member thought, like, you guys, there's so much you don't see. Instead of going live now because I have to be so private, and I don't have...
You barely have the internet to go live now. It's not about being private. Who's going to show up to Syria?
I talk to, like, my family, like, usually, like, my aunt or somebody. She really wants me to be evaluated, like, psychiatrically.
This shouldn't have made me laugh as much. Oh, I've lost my nail. This shouldn't have made me laugh as much as it did, you guys. But her aunt's like, no, come and get tested. You need help. You need help psychologically. And she's not wrong. Foodie is a Gorgon's knot of psychological issues. Like, good luck to the team that would sort that out. But how bad have those conversations got that you've got family saying that to you?
Like, I'm, like, really well, because I'm so, like, I don't know if manic is the word, but, like, I need better...
She's missing the fact that she doesn't have the same diagnoses as the other girls.
Healthcare, like, more sophisticated healthcare. The healthcare here is good for, like, you know, it's not a grift because...
It is a grift. It is a grift, friends.
Like, if I come up with the money myself, it will just take me longer to leave here. And obviously...
All right, so how is it not a grift then? You can get the money yourself, but it will be more effort, so you're going to come dry begging online. That's a grift. You are grifting for cash.
If it was a grift, then it would be a scam, and it's not, because if I raise money...
Not necessarily. Grift is just trying to get money. You're grifting for it. Sometimes your grifts are scams. You have connected those two things in the past.
To go home, then, I'll be back in Canada using the money for that.
I think she just wants to go back to Canada for Halloween and Christmas, is what Barbecue Chillin' has put into the video that you can't see, and I agree. When things get cold and there's less celebration and things get hard because money's low and she's not in the place she wants to be and she wants to rely on somebody who's not herself.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to unprivate my videos right now, so...
Why not? Why not, Foodie? Has she gotten some kind of trouble in Syria right now? Or is that just a condition of her being in the house? Just like, hey, no, nothing happens until you get out of my life.
I think I'll just wait, maybe if I go back, but I don't...
Yeah, that actually makes sense because the family are now aware of her videos, or the fact that her videos exist. So Salah's like, you're not unprivating shit. Not what I have to look my family in the face.
I want to talk about, Muslim and everything right now. I'm so confused. I'm just really...
That hijab is coming off real soon if this is true. And again, I agree with Chillin'. Oh, it's weird to call her Chillin'. Barbecue. She only wears it now to hide under. She'll get bored of it really quick.
I know, I'm really too much of a free spirit.
Free spirit isn't the phrase I'd use, but you're certainly something.
Yeah, and you know what? You have heard this before. That's what I'm saying.
We have.
So many times. But I've never, fully...
Scammed you?
Separated, I guess. I don't think so, anyway.
May I ask you to cast your mind back to, I gave up my cats for you! The car live after she found out about the text between Salah and Kybella. Quite a different tone, isn't it? But you've definitely split up before. Didn't last as long because you've got no dignity, but you split up.
I do feel some relief, and maybe he does too, He
does. He's more or less established himself back in Syria now. Get rid of her.
Because I'm always whining and complaining about something.
Yes, she is.
No, he's gonna stay here. He has a house here, and he just bought a car, so... My mom is, always busy, and she's, got a short attention span.
A short attention span for your nonsense? Yes. Sorry, hon, I'm busy. Bye-bye.
No one's gonna donate 10,000, but, even just, anything helps, So I don't know if she would be able to, even so I can stay friends to the extent. Yeah, for sure. We're not on bad terms. It's just
They're not on any terms. You would think living together for 3 years, you would at least have some basis of a relationship. Not even friendship, but comfort with each other's presence. There's nothing. They are awkward in each other's company.
I mean, obviously you saw that we fight sometimes, but that's my personality. I realize, I feel like I just need to be alone in life. I'm so, I get overwhelmed with people,
Yeah,
and
she does.
I think that's...
She also gets overwhelmed with herself, though, so where do you go from there?
Part of, my mental health.
Guess we'll find out.
I don't know. I'm not going to change my mind. If I get help to go back and I raise enough money to go earlier, then obviously I'm going to go.
Guys, I want this to be true. I want her to be desperate to leave, but I want her to have to pay for it herself. Now, that's not 100% going to happen, as I'm doing this from the future, so I know what comes. And I have got some side-eye. Oh, side-eye for the people who donated to her. But that would be the truly best thing. Oh, you're desperate to leave Syria and you're in a fairly secure location, so physically you're at no further risk than anyone else in that country. Yeah, you figure that out yourself. Thank you. I'll watch.
If I don't, I'll just have to stay till I do. And I'm not leaving until I'm ready. It's stressful being there and having to worry about,
It's a hard knock life for us.
So don't be impulsive, yeah. I'm not, because I feel every night I have the same dream that I'm just back. I just don't feel I feel something is I feel lost and I don't feel like myself. That's the number one thing. I don't feel I feel like...
Who are you usually? If you can answer that with any kind of realism or depth, then talk to me about that as a problem.
I feel like I'm being muted. It's not a lie. I've never lied. When I ask for money, it's not a lie. And with...
She doesn't lie. She just changes her mind.
With if I do set up something for donations towards moving back home, I don't mind being more transparent with that and showing exactly how much I got than with Sasa, because I don't care about myself as much.
She promised up, down, forward and backward she was going to be completely transparent about Sasa and then wasn't. She did put up, I think it ended up being a PayPal something to raise funds, and she's since taken that down and said just PayPal me directly. So yeah, nice and transparent. Why would you expect transparency from her though? That's the thing, when I say side eye, why would you expect that from her? Every move she's ever made screams don't expect that from her. Why would you think she'd change now? She got super chats during this, and I don't think it's a coincidence that she was sick of seeing $1 or $2 comments just as she got to about $850, which is about probably how much she'd spend on a flight. Is that a shock? No.
I don't know. No, I will never get in another relationship ever. Nope. Just me and cats.
Poor cats.
You know, I just want to be free to do and say what I want whenever I want. Go live whenever I want.
Yeah, you just want complete freedom in life. Okay, pay for it yourself. Complete freedom in life is costly. It is a luxury and a privilege. You want people to go and earn money and give it to you so that you don't have to go and earn money and pay for yourself. That is what this boils down to. And you're not even doing it in exchange for content, because that's how usually the YouTube contract works. You do content that I'm interested in watching or talking about, and in return you get my view and therefore you get money. Foodie does it a different way. She says, oh, you're watching me now so I'm getting paid, so donate money so I can go and do something else so that then I can give you content. That's not the way that works. Did you know that? That's not the way that works.
It's just not working out, so why would I be sad, you know? It's not like...
Because one presumes at some point you were capable of human emotion. Maybe not in this so-called relationship, but still. One would assume you'd want to pretend a little more, drum up some sympathy. I'm not saying it would be successful, but you could try.
I'm the one making the decision, so I'm not really... Obviously, like, I love him, yes, but like I said, that's not enough.
Again,
like,
obviously?
At first it was, like, really exciting and, like, different, and I'm having a good time here in Syria, you know? It's just, like, tonight we're gonna go out and, like, hang out with family and stuff. We're civil and everything. It's just...
She's always said she's hated doing that. Foodie wants to live in a forever honeymoon period in whatever choice she makes in life, and that's just not the way it goes.
Long term, it's just not... I need to, like, be free and back in my culture. That's basically what it is. And alone, because I get annoyed with people, like, after a while. You know? Yeah, I don't want to miss out on pumpkin patches. Well, if he does...
She wants the money now so she can go home for fall. So she can make a pumpkin mac and cheese and buy some fudge, which would actually be better content, even if it's recycled.
Find another woman cookie? What can I do about it? You know? Whatever. I think that's how I know it's, like, also maybe time to move on. It's not... I don't feel really jealous that much when I think about that. I would just want him to be happy.
Just let some text come out. If anyone has been DMing Salah, if there's any tea behind the scenes, now is the time to test it. Oh, you don't care? Well, this has been happening. Especially as she would still need to leave, so they'd just be stuck in that house dealing with it. Oh, I'd love it.
He's really young also, and he, you know, young, fertile. I'm not, so I just, like, I'm tired of being insecure about that, actually. I just want to be, like, at peace.
She's never wanted kids. She's always actively disliked children. And I would never have described her as someone that should have children. That's not actually a judgment on her. I don't want kids either, but she's not insecure about it. She's never wanted them. She's insecure about the idea that she might get cheated on because of it.
Don't let these clout chasers try to hack your vibe. I just want to be, like, in a comfortable area, Mario Beezing in Canada, and just doing content for you guys. I miss time warps. I really miss stuff like that.
My most beloved of content. I miss time warps, and I've always missed time warps. I've always said that she's done a few there that I really enjoyed. But she only ever baits the content when she's trying to convince people, no, I'll take it seriously this time. And I'm going to tell you, remember last time she went back to Canada, we got all excited, and she left again. The ideas never overtake reality, because dreaming is a form of planning, so dreaming's as far as you get. Then reality sets in.
I don't know exactly how much I need to get to Canada. If I want to leave like soon in the next like month or so, I need to. Yeah, I can't. Like, you know, I have to save my money to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be on my own, so I'll need his money to take care of himself, and I need my money. So, I would say probably like the first and last month's rent, a flight, bringing Julia. I don't know how much that's gonna cost. Her rabies vaccine is due in November. I gotta get that. That's not expensive.
If I had to estimate, I think she would actually need more than that, but I don't think she should be getting it from her audience, in so much as I think she should earn it through her content, not ask for it online. I think she'd be looking at least 5,000 to get Julia home if that's what she wants to do, if she could even figure out doing that, because I don't think she could. I think about 4,000 for first and last would be about right. I think the flight, you'd be talking probably about $1,000. So that's 10,000 right there. And that's not counting all the other costs of renting a car, staying while you sort the apartment, everything you need for the apartment, like getting bills started up, anything you need to do for that. Eating, because you know the food is going to be a big portion of what she spends. You know she's going to buy weed even though she can't afford it because she doesn't stop. She can't stop herself. Why should people fund that? Why should they? While Syria is not a safe place to be in the world, she's not in a clear and present danger from Salah himself. She's been in Syria this long. Save your own damn money.
I probably need to rent a car for like a good 2 weeks just so I can move and get my stuff, and maybe my family doesn't have the money, Anna. Well, I want to do a GoFundMe. Like, I tried to set one up, but it's not letting me from here, so I'll have to ask someone else to do it for me. And yeah, I prefer that too because
I assume PayPal would have the same rules. So is that why she took it down? People were threatening to report it to PayPal.
Is, you know, people, if you're worried about like grifting scams, whatever people are worried about, for peace of mind, it is more, you can see like how much is raised and stuff like that.
You being able to see what was raised doesn't protect you from any kind of scam, as Foodie has now proven.
I am in a bankruptcy, so I cannot borrow money at all. Anything I've ever paid for has been with money between Salah and I. October and Halloween bees. I don't think I would have to raise the money fast if I want to be there by Halloween. It's almost October. No, I didn't lose.
That's a sign, guys. Get paying.
My pet passport. I have my passport. Ask your family to get
yeah, she had said, oh, my passport's lost, just to get a reaction. And I was like, well, no, it's not.
Bank loan, you can pay. My family is not going to help me like that, trust me. With money, they're not going to help me at all.
Thank God they at least have that sense. Like, oh no, we'll talk to you, we'll soothe you, but no, we're done giving you stuff.
Or I would ask. Believe me, embarrassing yourself online is the last. Scarlett, I don't want to unprivate my old videos while I'm in Syria. Actually, maybe the ones that are like not bad, but...
Do you remember which ones are not bad? I don't think there's going to be that much choice.
You guys are nothing alike. Yeah, but when it comes to like, we have our cultural differences are just so much. The cultural differences are to a point where for the marriage, for him to be really happy with me, I have to be somebody I'm not. That's basically how it is.
You having to change your entire personality seems like a personal problem, not a cultural one.
No, that's the thing, Michaela, that's the thing. Like, I know that's why people are probably skeptical that I'll change my mind and come back. I can't. There's no way. I can't do that to everybody that I...
If she's for real, I don't think Salah would let her back. I think he is sick of her. Like, if this is a thing where they've talked about it and she's like, no, and then she's going to change her mind later. But it's also entirely possible that he's just said, well, if you can get the money to go, then get the money to go and whatever, we'll sort it out later. Like, if she just wants to do a trip and then he's fully expecting her back, then that's up to them. But don't give her money either way. It's too late for some of you, but don't give her money either way.
Tell them, like, my family will just disown me. Like, I've done this so many times to them. I feel like the town we're in is so far from Damascus where if there's any hope of there anything being really exciting going on, it would be there. Here it's the same thing, the same food, the same, you know, it's just, I need diversity in my life. Like, I feel stagnant a bit. I don't feel like...
She feels stagnant because her whole life never changes no matter where she goes. She thinks the location is going to fix it. She still spends most of her time indoors doing nothing except eating and watching stuff online. The reason she finds Syria so difficult is because she has been forced in some ways to change that, as much as Salah can force it, and now she's leaving. What do you think is going to change in Canada? Nothing.
Myself, I feel like I'm going to go crazy. And despite having love for Salah, it's not enough right now, you know? I just have to really be in life. Like, I need to... Like, I have goals and dreams that I can't achieve just being a housewife here.
Okay, tell me what they are. Tell me what they are, what goals, what things do you want to achieve that you have to be paid to go back to Canada for. Maybe if she talked about those goals and dreams, maybe if she had a plan that wasn't just a dream or a moment of, oh yeah, that'd be cool, maybe then people would be more interested. I mean, I'd still side-eye it given everything, really, but at least people would trust it a little more. She's given this exactly as much thought as she gives anything else. I'm sick of what I'm doing right now. Let's change it.
He asked me to pick up, there was like a bunch of bottles on the floor. He's like, go bring the juice in the fridge and pick up the bottles. And I went, I was like, And he's like, I'm going to tell everyone online that that's why you're leaving me. You don't want to clean up. But like,
that would not be untrue. The fact that she is saying that probably means it's closer than truth and she wants to acknowledge.
Not just that. That's just a joke, by the way. But no, I wouldn't ask for money to move and then not move. I do not think he was kidding about
That would be crazy. Guys, clearly she's going to go back and enjoy some of the holiday season first.
bottles. No, but the thing is I do clean. I just don't,
Just
my
like
PayPal's in the video
well.
descriptions. Oh, they take 3%, so 10 grand with 3%, so that would be $300. That's not bad. The only problem is I have to bug somebody to set up the PayPal.
That's so inconvenient, guys. It's so inconvenient to get free money. I didn't see the PayPal fundraiser, so I'm guessing people were threatening to report it. Question though, because I don't know how they work, if she's taken it down, does the money get returned to the donors, or does she, because I would assume if it was established as a fundraiser, that would be a due diligence that PayPal had to do, or does she still get it?
That's what I would like to do, is give you money direct, not through GoFundMe, because they do take part of it. Oh, well, thank you, Carefree. Just hit me up on Instagram. Oh, there's my PayPal. Thanks, Bear. Can you pin things or no? I can't pin it. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Do you know how long I wanted to do a sleep stream? I could make so much money just doing a sleep stream.
It'd be about as interesting as your awake streams.
Nina, I think the main concern is what happens if they donate and you change your mind.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I know. I understand that concern, like, because I have changed my mind.
Yeah.
No, if I raise thousands to go home and have an apartment and everything, like this time, like the last time,
What I love there is that she's like, the last time I did exactly that and changed my mind. If I did it again, the same thing wouldn't happen. Guys, come on.
I lost my apartment because of what happened with the doxing and I had to move.
No.
So that was,
You didn't lose your apartment because of the doxing and you had to move. You lost the apartment because you decided you didn't want to live there. It's going to happen again. If you are going to do the content you're talking about, you're going to have to show where you're living. If you show where you're living, it's going to happen again.
No, but if that didn't happen, I'd probably still be there. No, I'm going to show how much I received. Like 100%.
She took it down when she had received, I think, 850.
And I won't change my mind with that because it's just affecting me. I don't mind showing that for myself. I didn't get much money, Lindsay, for moving. I got, I think, like maybe $50 when I was in Canada.
Well, that's okay then. Just like when she got the kitten, it was illegal for her to ask, well, I only got $50. She actually got more, but that's not the point. The fact that you don't profit from it as much as you want to profit from it doesn't make it any less right or wrong. Just makes it successful or unsuccessful depending on your aims.
And somebody bought Smokey an expensive, well, it was like $90 for this like self-feeder. And I messaged them, which they contest to, or I even have the receipts in the email. I said, do you want the money back for that? And I said, no, just keep it for Smokey. And I gave it to the new person who, I'm very anti-scam. Like, for example, there was a YouTuber who messaged me.
No. I say this with every fiber feeling I have in my heart and soul. Shut up! You literally scammed your audience! Shut up! I'm very anti-scam as I sat here telling everybody I am collecting money for the education of this additional needs child, and I will be completely transparent, and then you weren't and you showed up in a hotel in Qatar? Shut up, you are very anti-scam.
Sent me a Cameo request and a PayPal donation. They wanted me to do like a tribute to King Cobra. I denied the Cameo. I said I'm not going to do that. They wanted me to sing Dust in the Wind. Rest in peace to King Cobra, but what the fuck? I'm so sick of this fucking internet. Did you guys hear me? I even said, like, it was mutual. I said, do you think I should stay? To him, and he was like,
no.
Well, if you're, just think about it. Do you want to be a traditional housewife? And
absolutely not. Get out of here.
And, not do as much YouTube and stuff like that. And no, I don't. I want to, well, we're separate, so he can do whatever he wants, Angela.
Angela?
Yeah. Well, separate for now until we can get a divorce.
Separate for now. I thought she was just going to leave that there, separate for now, until we can get a divorce. A divorce of what marriage? Excuse you.
I don't know how, we haven't even come to that yet. If we all donate 20, she'll have 20K. Yeah, that would set us up good.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. I'm not doing it. I would consider that money better spent on me getting my nails done or something equally frivolous, because then at least it would serve its purpose. Going to you, it wouldn't.
This is just basically, These are the basics. This is not even for like a car or anything. Wanderer law.
God, guys, don't you realise my life is hard even when you give me 10 grand? You don't consider these things, do you, audience?
Well, if you are excited to move on, then you won't be crying. Even if you love the person, I mean, you know. How is it a scammer asking for money to move to for the cause that you're going to use it for?
It's a scam because you're a scammer. That's why. People should not trust your word. You have proven it untrustworthy. Whatever your intentions in the moment cannot be trusted because you change your mind.
I feel like most of my audience just like people see things like I can't see sometimes. Like, I don't know what, still don't know what you guys see. Like, whenever you see me, do I seem performative? Do I seem not myself?
She seems as she ever was. I think if she goes back to Canada, we've got more chance of getting content because there's more potential content open to her. But she has to choose to do that content, which she's never chosen before. Why would we think it'd be different now?
I can't go back to Canada before I have enough money to live somewhere. Right. So, like, I might...
So do something. Make some content. Put some work in.
You know, I need to get an apartment ASAP when I get there. Yeah. And I cannot stay with family. I'm not able to. Like, there's just too much problems when I stay with them. I can't stay with family. Everyone knows.
They've straight up told her no.
Their addresses, my aunt, my uncle, my mom. I don't want to cause any problems. So, I mean, I really need to be able to establish a life there. I can't go there with nothing. Like, right now, I'm already somewhere that I'm comfortable at, but for now, you know.
That I'm comfortable at. Keyword. That I'm comfortable at. Guys, can't you just make it easier for me? God, I'm gonna have to save? Really? Just give me 10 grand.
No, it's very restrictive for me, for somebody like me. For other people, it's a way of, like, that's normal for them. And that's how they like it. That's the right way then. For us, it's different. It's just how it is.
It's us now. Because now she wants something. It's us against the world.
I'm going to take my cat with me. I'm not leaving here until I have enough money to bring Julia. You know? Well, the super chats, I'm thinking maybe they take a percentage and you have to wait. Hey, SP. But no, waiting is okay because I'm not going to leave right away anyway.
Yeah, guys, I definitely won't change my mind and I'm not going to leave straight away. But give me the money now. Give me the money now. Super chat me. I'll make do with taking the cut. How entitled do you have to be?
To have enough money. If I make the goal, I will not return to the Middle East. 100%. No. I will be there for good. And
the fact that she's saying this so explicitly is the thing that tells you, okay, maybe she does intend it though. Because I think if this goes through that Salah has tried it, been like, nope. Because when she says we are separating, she could come back and say, well, we did separate. I said I was going to Canada. I went to Canada. I never said I wouldn't come back. The fact that she's saying divorce, the fact that she's saying, no, I won't be returning. She's being so explicit where usually she likes technical truths.
That will be it. Of course, yeah. Honestly, I think it's nothing. If everyone sent $7, I'd be able to move back home. Yeah. Yes, it's...
If you would save some of your money, you'd be able to move back home. If you'd made a host of other decisions that you should have made, you'd be able to move back home. You didn't make those decisions, and now the consequences are yours to deal with.
Real. It's not a joke. It's not a hoax. And I will miss not having to be anywhere to do anything. Like, you know, he's the one who takes care of those things. He does those things that I don't like doing. He goes to get my meds. He goes to extend my visa, you know.
And when she gets home and she has to deal with her own life, she's going to get depressed. Her mental health is so bad. I can't take care of a cat, guys. My mental health is so bad. I hadn't anticipated it. No, thank you for the thousands it took to get Julia home. But I just can't take care of her. It's too much.
At least I would probably need the ticket. I don't know how much the ticket is going to cost. Anywhere from like $700 to $1,200. It depends.
850 was when the fundraiser disappeared, all right.
Then you have first and last, let's just say $4,500 with the, there's usually a deposit for electricity sometimes. I didn't do anything. The problem, SB, is I swore a lot. Yeah, so at least maybe I could do it.
Just as a point, out of all the things that are in her past videos, the swearing I don't think would be the issue.
I need to buy a bed and, like, you know, stuff like that, sheets. I'd say just to be on the safe side. Plus, GoFundMe, they take a percentage. So maybe like 8,000. Salas in the PayPal and said, yeah, he did. He's helping me. Hey, Apier, he wants me out of here.
Yeah, truer words never spoken.
No, this is a mutual thing. He's totally fine.
I bet he's totally fine.
Of course, until your third month in Canada. I'm not coming back to the Middle East no matter what. I'm living in Canada. And I'm living how I want to live. And if that's not how You know, like there's certain...
She had to stop there because I'm going to live how I want to live. And if you guys don't like it, then tough. But also, please pay me to go back. Like, she caught herself, but that's where her brain was.
This is not the life for me. Like, we disagree about that. Like, I want to go and do things and do vlogs and stuff. And yes, he does once in a while, but for the most part, he just wants a normal domestic life. And I'm not a normal person.
That's the problem, guys. Salar's just not active enough for me. I want to be out all the time. I want to be creating wonderful content. He's holding me back.
I like being weird. I like being different. I feel like my personality just doesn't match this lifestyle. There's still things I don't like about the West, and there's things I don't like about here. Like, there's things I don't like about everywhere.
Yeah, you're an unhappy person.
But I definitely just miss the freedom I have there. I don't think it's a grift per se, but she's impulsive and hyper-emotional and jumps to how she can escape whatever problem she has right now. All right.
Yep.
Yes, normally, you're right.
Always we're right, because those are learned behaviors that are deeply ingrained. There's no, oh, I've done exactly this before and exactly what you're worried about happening is what happened then, but I've changed, because she hasn't changed. Her first thought when things get too hard for her to manage, which is not a high bar, is going to be, where can I run away to? How can I get away from this responsibility?
But in this case, I've gone back and forth so many times with the same problem, and it doesn't change.
Yeah, because the problem's you.
I have to not be impulsive and make a final decision because I can't keep going back and forth.
Okay. How successful has she been in that in the past? Tell me.
I never listen to anyone. No, I don't, because you know why? It doesn't sink in until it sinks in, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to give it a good try, and I miss wearing costumes, and like, I want to go to Spirit Halloween and make you guys laugh and do stuff. No, it's not that my experience in the Middle East wasn't great. I really want to reiterate that, SB. I love the Middle East. I wouldn't have been able to stay this long if I didn't. I really loved Kuwait. I really love Qatar. I love Syria. I just miss a lot about my...
She doesn't want to live there and never wants to come back. Okay.
Old self, you know? Like I said, it might seem out of nowhere for people because I never talk about our personal day-to-day relationship stuff.
This is not out of nowhere. We have been able to see how miserable she is in life there and how she's trying not to admit it because she doesn't want people to have been right. She wants to go back because it's easier to have her own way, which it absolutely is, but having that ability has a cost, and it's not one she's willing to meet physically, emotionally, or financially.
So I never come on here and say, oh, this happened with us today, Salah did this today, I did this, you know?
She has done that before.
You guys don't really know, like, the full dynamic. Yeah, I miss all the fun stuff, too. And why does it have to be just a dream? Why do I have to go to bed at night and only dream that I'm getting it, you know, in the Kia and driving around and going to places? Why can't I just make that a reality in my life? Life is short.
What a dream to have. If only one day I reach to the sky and I can be in the bumperless Kia again. How long will I have to dream staring into the horizon to be absolutely shit-faced on my $200 bed again? When will that star bless me?
We have to be happy. What's different this time is that we're fully separated. We're not going to be back together.
He's sick of it.
No point in wasting any more of our lives. With all honesty and love, I truly wish you all the best and the success in your life in Canada.
And if this is the last time she's in the Middle East, however long that takes her to get out of, this is the cost to Salah. It's going along with it and saying, no, it was mutual, we're all good. Get out of my life and I'll stay out of yours.
I wish the best for you too. I want you to be happy. I 100% think that you could be happier without me here. Like, I really do.
I 100% think that as well. We don't agree on much, Foodie, but here we are.
I feel like, you know, I'm just a whiner. Yeah, Eritrans. It seems quickly for you guys because you guys don't see us talking behind the scenes.
Not quit. He hasn't been able to stand up for ages. We've seen it.
But it's not that quick. You know, it's been coming, I think. And
it has felt endless.
I just want to be optimistic and positive on camera, you know?
On camera, not in real life.
But behind the scenes, a lot of the time I was very unhappy in a lot of ways. So Shelly Bees.
You haven't exactly been a bundle of joy on screen, if we're going to be honest.
No, I really don't want to stay with my mom. Too much drama. Constant, like, the disagreements were increasing, I guess.
Yeah,
and I was just very depressed the past few days. Is your family
right? And when you go back to Canada and suddenly you're very depressed again and you want to go back, what then?
Even though they're having a hard time. They're kind of like, oh my gosh, if you change your mind again, I'm going to wring your neck.
Rightly. Honestly, they should just hang up the phone and be like, sort yourself out and then talk to us.
You need to be alone for life. I realize this. You know why? Because these things happen. I'm not stable. Yes, Zach, Juice will come with me. I'm not leaving here until I have enough money for that. It's not like it's urgent for me to leave, you know? Like, I at least can...
If it's not urgent, save and pay for yourself. Why are you doing this? We know why, but why are you doing this?
Stay till I can leave. Salah has more than me. He has property and a car.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean I get half? No.
They're not married, friend. She has no rights.
No. It's not the same kind of marriage at all.
Not that kind of real kind of marriage.
It's not the same implications. That's not how it goes in, like, Muslim marriages. At least I don't think so.
Me?
We both have tea on each other, so... No, I'm just joking.
So be careful.
See you on the flip side.
Pause to read. Okay, I'll put this up. So I made a fundraiser on PayPal so you guys can see how much has been raised. Technically, she wouldn't have made that because she wouldn't have been allowed. I'm raising $10,000 until the 14th of October for Help Me and Julia Get Home to Canada, please. Can you help? Here is a link. Recap for anyone she manages to get into this. Salah and I are separating and I need help with starting over and moving home to Canada from Syria so we can be harder and I can be myself again. High and eating fast food. If you can't help, no worries. Oh, well, I was definitely going to worry about that. I can help, but I'm not good. I was only able to make the fundraiser 30 days, but if I cannot raise enough, I will have to stay here longer and try and save the money. Yes, do that. Thanks in advance. All right, guys, I was going to go to the update, but we're already an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not sure I can go through that. Okay, I'll edit this one, and I've got a feeling we're going to hear more from her, so I will, if she doesn't upload again, I'll come back with the second one, and if she does upload again, I'll look at maybe combining those, because the second one's shorter. All right, that's what we're going to do. Jesus Christ, the people who have donated. I didn't really say it there. I said she got donations. Somebody sent a $500 super chat. Somebody sent a $500 super chat. She's not even going to get that until between the 21st and the 26th of October. Plus the PayPal fundraiser money, assuming she gets it. She said she took it down, but I could also believe that someone reported it to PayPal and PayPal took it down, in which case she wouldn't get the money. I don't think that's been confirmed yet, though. If she took it down and she keeps the money, she ended it early, then that's enough for a flight, and that's even more suspicious than all the other suspicions I had. But we will have to see. I do suspect if she does mean to go back to Canada, she is not going to have the patience to stay in Syria for as long as she's saying. But then, of course, if this is all a lie, then haha, she got her money. I guess we'll really get to see who the Beezers are here. She's going to have to keep notes so she can leverage them again. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you there, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.